Dating, the activity of going on dates, meetings between two people who have or might have a romantic relationship, especially in the hope of finding a partner. So, pretty much, I've been single for about 3 years now, and dating has gotten super confusing, and I'm baffled at what it's become in all honesty. I'm honestly impressed that it's gotten this bad. Yes, another negative Nancy coming to discuss dating for the 984th time. Because tell me why. Every time I keep my attention off of women, that's when they all begin to flock. But when I actually start going out of my way to look for these fine ladies, you feel me? It's crickets. And to be honest, I barely speak to women all that much, like romantically or trying to build up with something with one. And don't underestimate me. I pull women. I find myself talking to a lot of women, but I don't really pull the woman that I want necessarily. And call me ungrateful, call me ungrateful, sure, but that's just the nature of it. I don't really pull the woman that I'd like or that I want to date. They're way better off as friends. But yeah, if I end up talking to a woman and getting to know her, it happens maybe 1 to 2 times a year. And it magically happens when I'm not actively looking for them. Either they pop up on Instagram, they hit me with a follow, or like I end up getting paired up with them in group work, things lead to another, yada yada. With most of the success that I have, or the times where I've been balling out with women, getting crazy play, I'm around them, I'm talking to so many, it's usually when I couldn't care less. It's when I can't care less. And then the days where I wake up and I'm like, hey, I actually want to talk to a girl right now. I actually want a girlfriend. I don't mind having a girlfriend right now. She'd be a very positive addition to my life. Guess what happens? Crickets. Crickets. And so, with me being single for the last 3 years and me taking this time to really just understand how women operate, I have learned to see how women behave and how they genuinely feel about us men. The constant gender wars on TikTok and Instagram, these expectations that we now have to live up to, while, keep in mind, yes, we have our own lives to live and our own lives to improve and elevate. But who cares? Who cares? Nobody gives a shit. The media and women say that I need to be extremely well rounded in every aspect of my life by the age of 15, or I have zero shot in even batting an eye in their direction, despite the fact that I'm most likely doing better than most of them in life. Let's just keep it a stack. The dating game has just taken a complete 180. And it's such an interesting thing to monitor because it feels like we're almost going in circles. We keep looping back to the same issues over and over and over again. And we're starting to become super unnecessary with the things that we've set in place. Aiming for 90s love. Bro, what even is that? What do you mean by 90s love? Do you want me to get my ass up, stand for you in a thunderstorm and start dancing, whipping my shirt around, tearing off my fresh white tee, busting a split, and then unlocking a new vocal range that I didn't even know that I had, singing to a wall, singing Wall to Wall by Chris Brown? Yeah, that's not gonna be me. That's not gonna be me. You'll find someone else. But I want to tell you this one story of this one girl I spoke to about a year ago. It was a very nice but humbling moment when I was in contact with this one girl. I'm gonna just call her Renee. Let's call her Renee. So Renee and I began talking when one of her friends at the time, let's also call this friend Jenny. Jenny put Renee onto me when Jenny posted that they were together. And then, my name just happened to pop up on their Instagram and I liked her story. And Renee was like, ooh, who's this? And I can only imagine that's what she was like. She was just checking out my Instagram. She dropped me a follow because she thought I was attractive. And, by the off chance that just maybe I would be a very good suit for her. And bro, I'm not gonna lie. She was bad. She was this little Irish girl. I'm not gonna lie. She got it. Basically, Renee and I began talking. We were catching up, going through the talking stage, quotation marks. I hate that term. Top 3 terms that need to be terminated in 2026. But it was awesome. It was great. It was great seeing how much we both liked, and we actually ended up having a lot in common, from music to books to our personalities to being introverted, not wanting to leave the house. It even got to a point where we were talking about philosophy and we were talking about Socrates and Aristotle and all that jazz. It was very interesting to say the least. But I was happy. I was very happy. I thought something was gonna amount out of this. I was like, oh my God, my day finally come. Like, this woman has so much in common with me. This really could be the one. I was very happy. And in this moment, it was huge for me because I'm a very shy guy. I'm not the type of dude who approach women on a regular basis. I'll do it maybe every 6 months, twice a year, when I get this random surge of confidence. And it's almost like an alter ego. I don't know where it comes from, but approaching women has never been my bag. That's just me being a pussy. I'm gonna just say that. That's never that's never been me. So I was always praying for a moment like this for the longest time. So things are going smooth. I had practically no worries up to this point because we were at the stage where we were sending paragraphs back and forth. Yes, paragraphs back and forth. Like we were so locked in. The investment was there, it was reciprocated. But here's the buildup, and here's the absolute bombshell that I'm about to drop onto y'all. This is what we've all been waiting for. What would a story like this be without some sort of twist? Am I right? But after my nice little month of bliss and Lala finally coming to an end, it came to the day where I had to make plans with Renee. And unfortunately, I got left unheard. I got left unheard. She heard my request and she just did not care. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but prior to this moment, she wasn't really dry. She wasn't really dry. Like she was reciprocating my energy, but her response times were terrible. It was actually impressive on how someone could take 2 to 4 days to get back to me on a consistent basis. And bro, she'd leave me undelivered for around 3 to 5 days. She even left me undelivered for a week. That was my breaking point. I'll get into that soon. That was my breaking point. You're telling me that she couldn't take 45 seconds to respond back to me? Yeah, kick rocks, man. Watch out. I made plans for us to meet halfway in our city, and she got back to me after a full week. And then she came back saying like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I was busy with midterms and I had all these tests, and I was seeing my friends. They came to visit me to my school, and like, my response time is terrible. You probably hate me by now, and you probably forgot who I am." Yeah, I forgot who you are. I left you to bite dust. Are you kidding me? My God, it was incredible. It's incredible. But like by day 3 of that week where she left me undelivered, my hope of us getting married and us being in bed watching movies, cuddling, and me prepping to show her off to the world, it all died. It all died. And I knew that she didn't really rock with me like that. She didn't want to choose me. And to be honest, what I think happened was that she was a max level avoidant and she couldn't foster up the fact or come to term with the fact that, me and her could have built up to something more. Or simply put, another dude came into the picture and I wasn't satisfying her needs. That's an answer too. And after seeing this, I left her ass on red, and that was the end of it. I unfollowed her on Instagram, and the next time I spoke to Jenny, the friend who put me on to her, she was like, "Damn, I thought y'all were really gonna work." And it did suck. I did want it to work. Her own friend even said she fumbled because she knew I was a good guy and she saw that I would mesh well with her based on what we had in common. But oh well. Charge it to the game, like the man them say. Charge it to the game. So yeah, she was like the last serious woman I've spoken to or been in any kind of talking stage with. And this was at the start of 2025, so it's February now. So yeah, around literally a year ago. And at this rate, everybody wants love, but who's really willing to commit? After my experience with all of that, I'm just like, damn. You could want love, but if they're not going to choose you back, what's the whole point? You got to choose others that choose you. And then on top of getting ghosted and how normalized ghosting has become, everyone expects it. I feel like everyone's just waiting on the doom to come in and like we fear monger. And this is why nobody takes each other seriously, because on a random Thursday morning at 9:37 a.m., that will be the last time you hear from that girl or dude you're talking to. And then you begin to ask yourself, did I do something wrong? Am I really this unlikable? No, bro, no. It's not you. It's people. People suck sometimes. But one thing I won't do, despite the experience, this is just one experience out of many. I don't know if I'll cover them, but this is probably like the funniest one to me, looking back. The one thing I won't do is be caught on any dating app, though. Real shit. I'm gonna keep it a stack. It's not happening. Hey, shout out to everybody on dating apps. But I feel like I'm way too young to be on a dating app. I'm still a young buck. I'm not even 25 yet. I'm still in my prime. And I feel like dating apps are for people in their 30s. I'm in school right now and I'm around a disgusting amount of women my age. There are so many my age on a daily basis. So it's like, why would I feel the need to go on a dating app when I can just push off my social anxiety for a little bit, push up the courage to, approach a girl? You feel me? But then once again, kudos to all of you on dating apps and to those who found their lovers on there. I wish that was me. But I'd rather meet a girl organically outside, through class, a coffee shop, or through a mutual friend. before I sit in bed and I have to, open up my camera roll and choose out the best photos of me and still get rejected and still get ignored because I don't have what Hinge Plus or Hinge X or whatever it's called, Hinge Extreme, whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. I just don't think that's a valid way to meet somebody. I mean, it works for people, obviously, but I don't know. I don't know. And back to the Renee girl. I'm kind of all over the place with this whole dating stuff. I'm not into giving up. Oh, I'm done with girls. I'm done. I'm just gonna focus on money and go to the gym. I'm done. I hate these women. I'm done. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna do that. But when you look at an experience like this, you just have to sit back and be like, there wasn't really much I could do at the end. People will decide when and how long they want to stay around. But it was a redirection for me to find the woman who will truly value me because could you imagine if me and Renee got together and her response time stayed the same? Buddy, I'd be cooked. GG's. So instead of me beating myself up, I'll just value myself more and more. And that's what I've been doing these past 3 years. And it takes a lot of trial and error to find success in the dating world and to find your partner. But just because I haven't hit the lottery yet doesn't mean I will one day. Or doesn't mean I won't one day. Yeah, that makes more sense. Trust me, I will cross paths with my lady. Mark my words, y'all. And I'll drop a part 2 to this video when she comes into existence. And I'll give y'all a little backstory on how we met, if she's comfortable with being on here and all that. Trust me, I'll drop a part 2. I'll update y'all. But in the meantime, it is rough out here. It is very rough out here. But I'm going to wrap things up here. I'm not going to talk too long. I just felt like I had to share that experience because to this day, it's still memorable. It still lingers in my head. I'm like, wow, I can't believe that happened to me. Wow. And I wonder how many other men are dealing with this exact same thing, this exact same experience. Like, wow, crazy work. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed what I had to say. And, PSA, we always do a PSA around here. Stay away from hookup culture. I will never partake in it, no matter how lonely or how much of a fiend I am for the pututu, the kitty. That just isn't me. My heart can't go down that route. And the regret that I would have after doing that to a woman or just being in that space, I can't. My heart, that's not the type of man I am. I can't do that. Even just 2 seconds of pleasure, I can't. I can't do that. So never settle for less out of desperation. And it's okay to want love, man. We're all human. We're all human. We're all going to find our people one day. Don't ever say you're going to bite dust alone. Don't ever say that. Trust me, there's always someone out there who will want you despite what you think of yourself. There's always somebody out there. So love yourself, do what makes you happy, and then you'll find someone that'll meet you organically. And they'll just come. They just happen when you're not looking. Happens to me all the time. So always remember that. Stay positive. Keep your head up, man. Just hang in there. All right? Love will always find you.